Bang, bang, Chidi Njokuani, man, with the fucking, the start of a lifetime here in the UFC versus RoboCop, who has fought some tough opponents, man. It's been very up and down, and if you look at his last fight, man, I'm not gonna lie, as a RoboCop fan myself, I was very disappointed, very disappointed. However, it's growing pains right here on Gregory Rodrigues. He fought a very tough competitor, right? Now, here's the question here: -115 for Chidi, -105 for Gregory Rodrigues. That just simply implies Chidi is a slight favorite, but this is more or less a pick'em. AJ, man, do you think? I feel like the odds makers got to feel the same way. Everybody has to feel. They know in terms of grappling, Rodrigues is like levels above Chidi. He just doesn't use it, so nobody can really factor that in, and it's terrible. Do you think he's going to sit here and he's going to trade with Njokuani for 3 rounds? Like just stand and bang? Do you think that's what's really going to happen?
Yes, 100%, man, because once you fall in love, there's no feeling like knocking somebody clear unconscious, knocking their block off, sending their mouthpiece into the 3rd row. It feels the best. It is. You get to talk the most shit. Your friends are impressed. Everything's going crazy. There's no feeling like that. Even submitting somebody, it's still a good feeling. But there's something about it. And when Gregory Rodrigues, we've seen it time and time again, he loves it. And I see another thing with the ego coming out. You're fighting another guy, man. Your pride's on the line. I think we see a standing contest right here.
And I think that's why they call him RoboCop, man, because to be completely frank with you, look at his last fight, Julian Marquez, right? It was literally a kill or be killed. Every fight is a kill or be killed mentality. It's not like, all right, I'm going to play it safe. We're going to use strategy. It's, oh, you just hit me? All right, I got to hit you back. You get me? I got to give you one back. It is what it is. And it just scares me because Chidi Njokuani is such a sharpshooter. Listen, Rodrigues has a hell of a chin on him, man, but Chidi Njokuani hits different. Look at his last fight against Dusko. Flatlined, right? Power bar, Marc-Andre Barriault, flatlined. Look, Salsa, that was the Dana White Contender Series, right? I think it was at least, right? 3rd round, knockout. 2nd round knockout before. Like, this dude knocks people out, man. He flatlines people. It's not even a close thing. And we do see he does have some legitimate takedown defense. So I do think if Rodrigues gets him to the ground, at least the first time, maybe 2nd time, I think Chidi will be able to get back up. The question is, can Rodrigues put on, and this is my theory right here, AJ. I'm a huge fan of Gregory Rodrigues, and I actually watched him at the UFC Apex Fight Pass Invitational #1. It was the first one they had at the Apex Center. I watched Gregory Rodrigues do no-gi submission grappling. And here's the thing, man. This dude can grapple for like a solid minute and not get tired. But I feel like in MMA, when he goes all out grappling for a round, I think he doesn't want to gas himself out for rounds 2 and 3, so he just avoids it. So, with that being said, is there any chance in the world here, AJ? There's got to be a slight chance that the man says the game plan is to wrestle. Let's wrestle. Because if not, this is Chidi Njokuani. What? Out of 10 times, how many times? Standing, like a straight up striking affair. How many times for Chidi?
8.
Yeah, I was gonna say like between 6 to 8. That's Chidi 6 to 8. Rodrigues got bombs too. Don't get me wrong, man. He could really start you. Clearly, you fall in love with the hands for a reason. But what other tangibles or even intangibles does Chidi Njokuani have that's gonna make this very difficult for Rodrigues?
The takedown defense, like you're talking about, man. He can see the takedowns coming. He can see the fight style. Chidi Njokuani has a good way of reading things. And then the precision, too, whenever you see somebody coming in, hitting them uppercuts, hitting them with clean crosses, across the body. There's ways at which Chidi can do it to avoid the kind of things. And going back to what you were saying before, I do think that at least in practice or in the locker room or in the planning, Rodrigues has the idea of if it comes down to it, we're going to make this a wrestling contest. But sometimes when you're in there, man, it's old school, middle school locker room. You go, I go, you go, I go. It's kind of how it goes for Gregory Rodrigues. But will we see a wrestling contest? I don't think so. But could it happen? Yes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could happen. That's what I'm banking on. If I was a Rodrigues better, I would be banking on that. I'd be fucking wishing to the heavens above, like, please wrestle. But this is the key. If it's a you go, I go, Chidi Njokuani has a 5-inch reach advantage. That's never a good situation for a you go, I go. I think Chidi Njokuani gets the job done, and the reason why I think he gets it done, man, is because Gregory Rodrigues is too tough for his own good. I love this dude as a fighter, man. You got to understand, I'm a very, very big fan. But when it comes down to competition, this is not about who I love or who I enjoy to watch. This is about who I most likely think is going to win. And I think Chidi Njokuani wins this fight. And I believe it or not, man, I think he gets a finish. I think he does, man. And I don't want to go this way, but he's such a sharpshooter, and Rodriguez' defense is lacking to a certain degree that I think that he feels like he might be able to eat one, and it'll just be one too many, and Chidi will get the job done. So I'm actually going to go with a knockout, Chidi Njokuani, and I like the second round on this one, to be completely frank with you, man. So I'm going Chidi, bang, bang. What you got, brother?
I'm actually with you, Derek. I think there's a reason that TKO is the best thing for Njokuani. I think if you're putting money on this, you go money line again. But me personally, I think this fight is ending in a TKO. And since you're going round two, man, I was thinking round two as well. My big thing is who's going to be the fresher fighter when the time comes, when the third round comes, if it's that case, and if we're seeing a styling contest, who's going to be the fresher fighter? I think it might be RoboCop with just all the wrestling he has and all the experience. Time will tell that story. But me personally, man, I'm going Chidi Njokuani, TKO, late round one.
Oh, sheesh. Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay, right on, man. So I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna take the over for the TKO because it's 2.5 rounds, right? So there's still the chance of getting the over on that one. The reason why odds makers, they like the over. I think they think a decision is gonna be coming, but if there's any indication that the odds makers are hedging their own bet, it's taking a look at the props, right? Right there, boom, props. Plus 300 for Njokuani, plus 400 for Rodriguez. That's kind of giving you the hint that it's like someone's probably going to go to sleep in this one. You know what I'm saying? So listen, co-main event, stacked. Chidi getting the co-main bump because Sadiq Youssef, he was supposed to fight Giga Chikadze on this card. Obviously, that one fell out, and that's why this one got bumped to the co-main. But, oh, man, fun fight right there.